Alright, come on. I'm recording already. Can I say? No.
This was the manager of the cucaracha. They get on this and they're gonna have to use poison and you get rid of the cargo.
Okay, so I'm right here with Maxine. She lived in Slab City for about 10 years, right? And we got a hold of each other through my YouTube channel. You left a comment, I responded. You give me your email, or I give you my email. We got in touch with each other, and we're here in Mexicali. This special edition Slab City TV in Mexicali.
Right.
Maxine, thank you for being here.
I love Mexico. The people here in Mexico, I want to come across. They look after me. They're kind to me, and I would like to see a lot more peace. And I don't like the hatred between the races. And I'd like to see a better working relationship between America and Mexico.
Awesome.
Really for the people.
Awesome.
And the kids, for the kids. That's what I want.
Right.
And I want it to stop locking people up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have some pretty, controversial attitudes about drugs.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to take it and decriminalize it. I'm tired of people being put in prison and using drugs as an excuse to lock up people for most of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And the prison system we have in America, and also I guess in Mexico too. The prisons are overflowing. When you lock men up in cages, you create beasts.
Mm-hmm.
So they get brutal when they're in prison because of the way they have to live. You turn them loose on the street and nobody supervises them. And we have so much violence towards women, and it's pretty bad. And I know about all the femicides that goes on in Mexico, and that's concerning, but it's going on in America too. Whatever affects Mexico, it affects us, in America too.
Okay, Maxine, so let's talk about Slab City. Tell us.
Slab City. Okay, well, actually, when I was a baby, we go over there when I was a little girl, and from the time I was a baby to all the growing up, we would come from Redlands, California, to go fishing on weekends. And so we'd stop up on the canal and go fishing there and spend the night in Nyland. And then we'd head on to the reservation in Winter Haven, which is my grandfather is part Cheyenne Indian. So we had privileges to fish on the reservation. So we go fishing in Winter Haven. So, but on the first night after, when we came out into Imperial County, we'd spend it in Nyland. And so all my life and all through high school, all my friends, they go on fishing trips with me. We used to go out to the Salton Sea fishing. And so, because Salton Sea used to be a very, it was just it was in its heyday. There was all kinds of skiing, and it was kind of a place to be on the weekends. Right. And just like Thunder Mountain, about Thunder Mountain, climbing, for the people that like to ride three-wheelers and stuff like that. So Imperial County has always been a place for people to come for recreation, fishing. There in Nyland, the business that's on the corner where that church is, that used to be a sporting goods shop, okay? And I remember going in there when I was a little girl, and they used to have a billboard on the wall, and it would have black, photographs of the big, huge catfish that they caught in the canal. And so we were always going fishing to catch my grandma, and she wanted to catch that big catfish. And so all those kids she used to always drive a Buick. Mm-hmm. And so she'd have the Buick and see that, kind of like that thing on top of that car there. But anyway, we had something all about fishing poles were tied to the top of the car. So we coming out to the, go fishing, and we're grandma driving a Buick, and she got 5 kids in the back seat, and before we could get to Winter Haven, she had to go down the Highline Canal. And we all hated it because she'd make us sit in the car, and the damn flies would just be covered. We would be covered with flies, and oh God, we hated it. We'd be so happy when we finally got to Winter Haven, so we could get out of the car and away from the Highline Canal. God, that was pure misery. But.
So how old were you when you?
My grandma was doing this with me ever since I was 2 weeks old. So and I'm 71 now. So
wait, so you've been going to Slab City all your life?
I was born in Mesa, Arizona, on a military base, yeah. And my grandfather is half Cheyenne Indian. And that's where one of the reservations is, for the Indians. And it doesn't matter what tribe you are. Usually you're welcome to other Indians' reservations to go on and fish or whatever.
Okay, so you've been going since a child, right? Like, or at least passing through Slab City, or
Oh, my life.
Okay, but there was actually a moment in your life when you actually lived in Slab City.
Yeah. Oh, well, that goes to what happened is the man I had been living with for 10 years, he was court-martialed. And I didn't want to testify at the court-martial, so I was avoiding to be subpoenaed to testify at court, and so I went and hid on the slabs. And anyway, somebody ratted me out. I know who it was, but it was one of JJ's ex-girlfriends, but I have a lot of sadness because I've met a lot of people, and I know how they died and what happened to them, and it's hurtful. There's a lot of bad memories. There was a really sweet girl. Her name was Nona. She'd had a baby girl, and the baby girl was like 18 months old. She went out in her front yard.
Is this in Slab City?
No, it was in Nyland, but we all know each other, Nyland, Slab City, and so I've gone through a lot of trauma. It is painful when I think of all the people that I know, that how they died, and especially the ones that commit. Nona, of all the people that was in Nyland and at Slab City, she didn't do drugs at all. And so it was just like I'd just seen her at the clinic, right? And she came in with a little baby girl. It was a beautiful baby girl. And just about 6 weeks later, she went out in her front yard and took her dad's gun and bam.
Yeah, that's horrible.
And all the people like Uncle Connie, JJ's, Jared Jennings' mother was a 4th grade teacher for Brawley, California. And JJ was born in El Centro. JJ and his girlfriend were fighting. And anyway, they were on the fighting. And JJ and I happened to meet each other when I was hiding out, and he helped hide me out. And so we were together for 25 years. So, but he and I lived out there on the slabs for 10 years, and we sold marijuana to everybody. We used to call it a himey-dimey. He'd give you a pinner for a joint. And I got pissed at that, because
Are you okay if I put this on camera?
I don't care. I'm not ashamed about smoking marijuana.
So you're okay if I put this in the video on YouTube?
I don't care. It's just because all the people there have cancer, just about, that come down. They got different ailments. The old timers that used to come out there. Right now, you got what you got. You know who you got there? You got the rainbow people. Okay, those people, we ran them off. No, we didn't. You know, they wanted to do what they're doing right now back then, but we wouldn't let them do it.
So when you're
This has been a long contention between me and these people.
so you're telling me that Slab City was different back in the
Yeah,
day.
it used to be more military. And like if somebody stole from somebody, we tracked them down and got their shit back. But no, these people gang up on people out there, especially older people, and take their stuff. Yeah, that Luis is guilty as far as I'm concerned. His whole crew, him and Eva and other guys over there, was ripping me off for everything I owned.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
He's an asshole. And you know, I don't like him. You know, that's my opinion. Other people that steal from me, I don't forget about, especially when they steal my artwork. You know, when they found out they could get a little money off of one of my drawings, what a drug addict will do anything, you know, so.